Hey guys, it's Jonathan Adamson, Northwest Sales Manager for Vive Crop Protection, and I'm excited to be with you guys today here in Eltopia, Washington. I am at our field plot trial area at the Alan Schreiber Research Center in Eltopia, Washington, and I'm excited to kind of show what we've been doing. Obviously with COVID and some of the situations there, travel and attendance has been a little bit challenging. So I wasn't able to bring out some folks from my team, Dave Pratt and some of the other folks, Megan and Gary, that have been helping us work on this project. But I wanted to take a minute and showcase kind of what we've been doing and be able to share that via, electronic video and an email out to you guys who weren't able to attend. Just to share with you what we've been doing, because it's been exciting for me to be a part of this company and what we stand for, which is taking chemistry to the next level. Precision chemistry with our nanotechnology, allosperse, that is formulated, and when we create a new product, we use that technology to help us do things differently. And that really has been exciting for me with the background that I have in agriculture and agronomy and being able to recommend products that really solve real world problems. And so what I'm going to do, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I'm in need of a cameraman, so I apologize if we get a little bit of sporadic video going on. I'll try to do my best. But first of all, I'm gonna swap the video around, and I'm gonna show you guys what I've got here set up for those who are attending. We had a little bit of attendance yesterday. A few folks came out, and we're expecting a few more today, this afternoon. So I'm just gonna swap this around, and I'm gonna share with you. As I swap this around, I'm going to share with you kind of what you would see if you showed up. So what we've done in this trial is, this is a potato trial, again in Eltopia, Washington. We used Umatilla potatoes as the variety. And the reason why Alan decided to go that route, and we kind of accepted that recommendation, is just because they showcase disease very well. And so it was an easy way for us to kind of just, look at what we're trying to do. And the objective of this trial, our products, one of the key advantages that I'll be talking about is, with that formulated nanotechnology, we allow the product to work better, or the active ingredient. So in this trial, we were using azoxystrobin, our Asteroid FC 3.3, which is a 3.3 pound azoxystrobin. We were also using our Midac, which is an imidacloprid. And we use those two products in conjunction with the standard 20 gallons of, say, 1034 starter fertilizer, put in-furrow, kind of about a 2-inch side band right beside the seed piece, just slightly below it, kind of off that planter shoe, like pretty much is fairly standard in the industry. And then what we were able to do, because our products also mix very well with liquid fertilizer, and that's one of the things that we wanted to showcase, is that you have the ability to mix our products with a starter fertilizer, with any kind of foliar feed or micronutrient package that you want to put right directly on the seed. And we went with a couple different products here in Washington, and we have another trial in Michigan that is using a couple of different products as well, just to showcase the ability to use them and the benefit of putting that foliar feed right on the seed piece and starting it out as a very healthy, very strong plant to keep it protected from disease and control any pests and problems that you would have. We all know that agronomically, when you start your potato crop or any other crop off with the right nutrients, with the right plant health, you're going to have a stronger, healthier, more vigorous plant throughout the growing season, which can tolerate better disease pressure and just overall stay healthy. So that's kind of what we wanted to showcase, is the ability that we have to mix with a pop-up or starter fertilizer, Fulvix, Umix, micronutrients, those hard ones, copper, boron, zinc, and be able to do that right in furrow, right on the seed at planting, and get that plant just out of the ground quick, healthy, and ready to grow. So I'll keep talking. I'm going to turn this camera around and just kind of walk you through it. So bear with me. I apologize if the camera is not the greatest. But first and foremost, we've got our COVID protection. We've got face masks for those that come, hand sanitizer. We want to keep everybody safe. Got a nice little lunch spread for those that show up. Hey, we got a cooler. I gave one away yesterday, Matt Mon and Julie Mon. It was Julie and Matt's anniversary, and they won the Asteroid FC 3.3 cooler to keep their drinks cold on their anniversary. They were out here, enjoyed a couple hours with us. We appreciate them coming out. First and foremost, you can kind of see behind us the trial or the plots. So, and we'll take you back there in a little bit. But right here, this is an update that was on Twitter, and I so appreciate Luke Radford. He's been so great to work with this year at Moss Farms. He put this on Twitter for us, and I didn't even ask him for it. He just threw it up there, but he was out digging, and this is what he saw that middle of June time, and they had treated this particular field, which is a field of North Dakota potatoes, and he had treated this with Asteroid FC 3.3. Now, we had some Asteroid and Midac on some other fields, but this particular one just had the Asteroid FC 3.3. And, again, he says, thanks at Vive Crop. The Asteroid FC is working good. And basically just totally clean stolons, no rhizoc at all. And that's what I've been seeing. I've got some pictures over here, just going to kind of show you, some of the things on the table that we are sharing with folks. And right here on this, you can see there's a couple more pictures. When I went out to dig with Luke, some pictures of the stolons on those North Dakotas and the set behind it. Just totally clean, beautiful plants, no rhizoctonia pressure. And then right beside that, I've got a picture in Farmington, New Mexico, where I was down there, and they treated with Asteroid FC 3.3 as well, and totally clean. And we could not, where it was treated, we could not find any rhizoctonia. Now, this was early. This was, I believe, late May when I dug those. The only place we could find rhizoctonia was around the edges of the field where there was no treatment made. So that was our check. And around that 2 to 3 foot border where they did not start their pumps, there was rhizoctonia on those plants that had not got any treatment. So we know that works. And we know that Asteroid 3.3 will give you great rhizoctonia protection for your plants. Keep them healthy, get them growing. Right beside that is a field up here in Washington, Ritzville, Washington. That was treated with Xyler FC for Pythium and pink rot, and probably some silver scurf treatment as well. We won't know the results of that, but those plants are looking good. That was an in-furrow application. We'll see what kind of those results look like later in season, towards the end of the year in harvest. And then, of course, down below, I've got a few pictures of how I've been keeping my sanity with my sons over this period where we haven't really been able to get out and do much because of COVID. Well, we've been on the lake fishing quite a bit in the evenings and on the weekends, just trying to keep our sanity. But we will talk more. I'm going to pick up these little test jars right here. This is azoxystrobin, one of our competitor products in 1034O. And you can see all those chunks and stuff floating on there. You've probably seen that in your tanks. That's probably why a lot of you guys are having to put on 10 to 15 gallons of water when you put on some kind of an azoxystrobin to keep that in solution, Keep it mixed up so that it will flow through your nozzles, through your screens, and actually get to the potato plant. Now, I'll pick this jar up, Asteroid F3 3.3, same 1034, and that's what that looks like. Just a beautiful solution, mixed in there very well, and that's one of the many benefits of our products. We mix extremely well with almost every liquid fertilizer out there. We've tried them. We found a few that sometimes we have to work a little harder, but there's very few issues that we've run into. What we're seeing though is not only does it mix very well, but because of that additional chemistry and the makeup of the product, we feel like it works better, and we're starting to see those results. We're starting to see that the plants can access that active ingredient better, because when you're talking nanotechnology, super small on the level that the plant, the root hairs, the stolons, the cuticles of the leaves, everything talks on that same nano level. And so when you break the product into the right size, obviously we feel like that is working better and doing a better job of giving you good, even protection, and then allowing that active ingredient to actually get up into the plant. So now I've walked out here into the plot a little bit, and obviously we do 4 repetitions of each plot. So we have got our competitor products in this plot that I'm standing right by now. A competitor is azoxystrobin, a competitor imidacloprid, and then that same 1034O treatment. And then right down behind that, you'll see where my asteroid sign is and a jug of asteroid. That's where our Asteroid FC 3.3 and Midac was, traded out. We used those products in that application. And I'm just gonna let the pictures talk. I mean, obviously, there's variations throughout this trial. And I will continue to talk as we walk down, because what we did, these are kind of the 2 standards. So, our products, competitor products, and then we add in the starter fertilizer at a 5-gallon rate. One of them has a fulvic acid in it. The other one, I'm not sure. I don't know that it does. Then we have another one that has either fulvic or humic acid, and I won't know that until we get the information from that Michigan trial, and I'll share that later as well. And then, we're excited to see what the data and the actual field, yield results end up saying. And then when they harvest the crop, they're going to check. That's when they will test rhizoctonia, black dot, and some of those other diseases that they need to look at, as far as under the ground, and being able to see what's on the potato plant itself. This area is heavily infested with verticillium and heavily infested with quite a lot. We had a lot of Colorado potato pressure. In fact, you may see some on the leaves. They just sprayed those the other day. And then here in about another 10 days to 14 days, they're going to be spraying a final application with our Averland FC, which will hopefully control those potato beetles even a little bit better than what they've been spraying in the recent sprays. But this treatment, as I turn this around, this first treatment right here is with our competitor products, the competitor azoxystrobin, which would be a 2.08 pound product, and then the imidacloprid, and then 1034O, just like I had told you before. And you can see verticillium's kind of setting in there. They've got a lot of kind of sick looking plants, which is not abnormal. I mean, throughout this plot, we're starting to see that. It's about that time of year up here in Washington. And that's why we did this field day this time of year, because we knew that if we waited much longer, these plants are going to start to kind of go into that mode and start senescing and going down. So again, here's that kind of check treatment with our competitor products, the 1034O. And then right here, I got my my banner up. Fertilizer compatible, disease control, increase your yield quality, no extra equipment, and we're gonna just move past that sign. But here's our Asteroid F3 3.3 and Midac with 1034O. The plants are looking good. I mean, they're starting to go down a little bit too. We're seeing some verticillium, but overall, right here in this particular plot, really good green healthy plants still, and so we are feeling like that's a good sign, and we like what we're seeing so far. We like the fact that we're seeing good healthy strong plants that have been able to stay healthy. As I move down, this is where we started adding in that pop-up fertilizer. So we started to add in 5 gallons of a starter fertilizer. Typically those are around like a 626.6 or 525.5. We'll share some of that data later on, so follow up with us and follow up with us on the video, and I will be sharing that data later in season and emailing it out and sharing the video online and digitally. So continue to follow us, and then you'll be able to know exactly what those products were, kind of the breakdown of it. But, I can walk you through the whole plot. It's going to be tough to look at, but basically, overall, the trial is looking very positive. And here's the takeaway that we are seeing without spending a whole lot of time looking at potato plants over and over again, and they start to all look about the same right now. We've got good healthy green plants throughout the trial. No areas that are really just standing out like, oh, these are not healthy at all. We do have pockets where there's a little more disease pressure than other pockets. But here's the thing that we're seeing. Some of the numbers you start to pick up on, and the indicators that our PhD Alan and Natalie are looking at, is they go out and blind test these, and they compare those numbers without knowing which plot they went to until they actually put them into the database. And so far the indicators are pointing that our products with a starter fertilizer at 5 gallons to the acre are giving us healthier, stronger plants, more vigor, better protection, so there's less disease in the plots with the 5 gallons of starter and our products, our Asteroid FC 3.3, and also the Midac, the imidacloprid. So we're seeing a better stand count, healthier plants, better plant vigor, and overall just a better numbers. Now those are small indicators and small numbers that until we combine that with the yield data, we won't have the full picture and won't really know what that translates to. But that's what we're seeing, and I'm really excited about that. That was my intent when I set out to kind of do this trial. Number one, I wanted to showcase our ability to put a pop-up fertilizer with your plant protection products in furrow on the seed and build a healthy, strong plant right out the gate. And we've been able to do that. Right here, I've got some pictures, and I will kind of share that because I know sometimes these pictures are hard to see. This is early season. So this is, I believe this was late May when I was up here as well. And you can see that all of those plants are coming out of the ground healthy, strong. I was standing kind of right in the middle of the plot. And that's what we wanted to showcase. That was my goal when I set out with this plot, was to be able to showcase that maybe what we've been doing in the past with the products that were available to us was working. But agronomically, if we can put some kind of nutrient package right on the seed, does that make more sense? Does that build a healthier plant? Does that allow us to get a plant started growing and stay healthy longer, be a stronger plant, and ultimately provide us a return on investment, which we all know that comes from a better yield and better quality potato. That's the goal, and I'm excited to continue to follow this for another couple months and see where we end up with the yield data and some of that data at the end of the season, when we can actually see what's under the ground. So I appreciate you guys tuning in today, and I hope that this has given you guys some information about Vive and what we do. Vive, we're out there trying to help grow better potatoes, grow better crops. We're not just potatoes. This happens to be our potato trial, but everything we do is about doing what's right at the right time, and doing it better. We are in 2020, and some of these chemistries that growers have had access to have been formulated 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 years ago. And it's time that we make some changes and we do some things differently and do some things better. When we talk about nanotechnology and our precision chemistry, everything in agriculture is based around precision ag and being able to do things the most efficient way possible. And we are doing that with chemistry, with our crop protection products. We are putting those active ingredients in a product that allows you to use it and have that product be the most efficient, best product on the market today. And we're excited for that. I'm excited to be part of this. I'm excited to continue to share with you. Guys, jump out. Follow us on social media at Vive Crop. Go to our website, vivecrop.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram and see what we're doing. See the grower testimonials. Go to YouTube and type in Vive Crop Protection, and you will find a whole slew of customer video testimonials. I mean, these are not Hollywood makeup videos. These are actual videos of growers just like you out in the field using our products, doing things different, making a difference in their pockets. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. We want you to succeed. We want growers to have new tools that can help them take away the stress and the headaches and the getting in and out of tractors, changing nozzles, pulling screens. I've had a couple different growers this year who used our products. I'll share one example. I had a grower in American Falls, Idaho. They called me and they said, "Hey, we are getting out of our tractors every 3 rounds, and we are unplugging nozzles from our azoxystrobin and imidacloprid application." So every 3rd fill up, somewhere in that point, in that pass, or in that planter fill up, that 3rd one, their guys were getting out of the tractor, spending 20-30 minutes pulling out their screens and nozzles, flushing them out with water, getting the pick out, idling that tractor, putting that all that exhaust fumes in the air for no reason. And they called us and they said, "What do you think? Can we use your products?" And of course I said yes. And they took our products, and the last 400 or 500 acres, they did not get out of the tractor once to unplug a nozzle or a screen. That right there is money in the bank for them. Saved them a lot of time, a lot of headache. They got more done in a day. And at the end of the day, that translates into dollars. And that's what we're seeing, is that every operation has an opportunity to be more efficient and save money and do things agronomically correct, and also do things correctly so that their operation can keep moving. If you got 5 or 6 or 8 planters going out there, or you got a big 40-row corn planter, the last thing you want to do is climb under that thing and change out nozzles or try and figure out which one's not going right, or wondering if one of them got plugged, and you're going to have 2 or 3 rows that don't have fertilizer on them, and don't have the crop protection inputs that you paid so much money for. So look at doing things different, and reach out to us if you have questions. We're here to help. I'm just a phone call away. So please, again, visit us on social media, visit us on our website, vivecrop.com, at Vive Crop, and we look forward to seeing you down the road. Have a safe day.